This is Roger Stone for American Sovereign Bullion. Since 2020, the U.S. dollar has lost over 20% of its purchasing power. Meanwhile, gold continues to rise. Call 844-272-2428 or go to asbgold.com now to get your free gold and silver guide and learn how to protect your wealth with physical gold and silver delivered to your door or held in a gold IRA today. So go to asbgold.com now. Don't wait for the markets to drop. That's asbgold.com.
Listen, all you New Yorkers. Taxi.
Okay, man, we're looking around.
This is the 77 WABC minicast.
7:15 on your Monday morning. He is Mr. Red Apple Media, the host of Cats and Cosby, alongside Rita Cosby, 5 p.m. every weekday afternoon here on WABC. And, of course, his masterpiece, the Cats Round Table, 8 a.m. every Sunday morning. My dear friend, the great John Catsimatidis, and even though, John, of course, you celebrate everything, and yesterday was Easter Sunday, correct me if I'm wrong, but your big Easter Sunday for the Greeks is actually coming up this weekend. Isn't that right?
Yes, it's next Sunday, and, the big advantage to the Greeks are, well, first of all, we follow the Jews. It's 1 week after Passover. That was the official thing in Judaism and Christianity, so the two of us are together. We're trying to convince the Catholics they should straighten out.
You're right. They should do it the same time as you guys do. So that'll be a big Sunday coming up for you guys. And before we get to the rest of the week, Friday, we enjoyed our time together. Again, our mutual friend, Randy Levine, doing a terrific job for all of us, for you, for Margot, for me and Danielle and the kids. Opening day at Yankee Stadium turned out to be a sunny, gorgeous day. How much fun was that in the Bronx, John, on Friday?
It was a beautiful day. It was the Yankees at their best. They won 8-2 at the end of the day. And I said to all my Yankee friends up in the booth that day, I was here for the last game of the season last year, and I'm here for the first day of the season this year. And, those Yankee Frankfurters, oh, my God. They're the best. But, they have some great food. Yeah. And I ate too much. I tell you, I went home. I was sick. I left about 4 o'clock. I had to leave because I had to go back and do the 5 o'clock show.
Right,
with Rita.
right. That's right.
And we got the 5 o'clock show done. And look, it's always fun. We always have breaking news here and there. And that's why WABC is number one. No one is coming near us. They're making a couple of hits here and there if they want to, but nobody's coming near us right now.
No, it's not even. It's silly to even talk about any other shows, any other stations. They can lie all day, which they do. They lie all day long about how they're gaining, how they're doing great, and stealing this and doing that. They're not doing anything. We run it. We run it.
You see a newspaper ad, Sid. I don't know if you saw it over the weekend and over Friday. WABC, we tell the truth. And that is paramount. And we're going to go worldwide. And I talked to the powers that be in Washington, and we're going to challenge the BBC. And we are going to be a news station in addition to what we are at WABC. And we're also going to be a music station. But it's going to be on 3 different, like the BBC has BBC 1, BBC 2, BBC 3.
Right.
We're going to have WABC 1, WABC 2, WABC 3. And we're going to do, what do you say? All of the above.
All the above, like ESPN. They've got that too. Now, what is this 107.1 news station? What is that all about?
Well, 107.1, our station, WLIR out in Long Island, is number 1 in Long Island. It is unbelievable. The time listening is like 17 hours or something like that.
Now that you brought it up, I'm going to add to that because Nielsen, for example, when they come out with the ratings, they talk about the city. But if you add the listenership I've got on that station, and you too, both mornings and afternoons, it goes through the roof. We're number one by a distance out on the island.
Absolutely. And you know what we did? We bought an additional channel. I drive all the time, and we're okay right now from Southampton or Bridgehampton all the way to exit 60. Well, the station we just bought, we're good from exit 60 to exit 49, 48.
Wow.
And we're busy synchronizing it so that there's nothing in between that takes off. But Long Island is a great place for us. Don't forget, between Nassau and Suffolk County, if you take Nassau County and Suffolk County and put it together, it'll be like the third largest city in the country.
Yeah.
So that alone is great. But getting the truth out, I've heard people just go on and on and on, and they just repeat a bunch of crap. If you want the truth, WABC is the place for the truth. If you want a bunch of crap, then do whatever you want. But Sid, it's an interesting week. Last week, half the schools were closed, I think, right?
Yes.
And this week, the other half are closed.
I know. I know. That is true. But I got to get to the big story, which is tomorrow night, talking about people want the truth. And, I do talk to people that are upset with President Trump. I'm not. I love him. But they're upset with him. They don't think we're winning in Iran. They don't. They see the price of oil go through the roof. They see people dying. They see these, he keeps extending deadlines. They expected this thing to be over in a couple of days, and now it's well over a month. So there are some people, even Trump supporters, not supporters like me, obviously, or you, but even Trump supporters that are not very happy with the president. Now he's promised to unleash hell tomorrow night. He said, if that effing, and he actually cursed, he said, if that effing Strait is not opened, I'm basically blowing up everything, the whole country, and taking the oil. What are your thoughts on President Trump's latest threat?
I think the threat is part of his normal business. President Trump is more of a businessman than a politician. And people have to realize it. And some of the politicians, whether Europe, the French, the British, all of them have to realize that. President Trump, the reason for the delays is not for us to delay. President Trump doesn't want war, doesn't want problems. He'd rather have them come to common sense, because terrorism doesn't work. We are getting rid of terrorism permanently. This is our one chance. The Arab nations are united with us. Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, all of them are united with us. They can't have the nonsense that was going on with Iran. And there's three powers in the world. It's going to be the Chinese, the Russians, and the United States of America.
Now, you do realize when you say that, though, that the Chinese are downgraded right now. The Russians, because they've got no money and they're spending everything on this effort now going into 5 years against Ukraine, they are even on a bigger downgrade than China. So of those three powers, if you still consider Russia and China world powers, the only country really on the upswing is us.
No, absolutely, but it's bounceability. Don't forget, once the war is settled, once everything is settled, that the price of oil comes back down to 55, 65. I mean,
what is it right now? What is it? What is it right now? Is it a 110?
Well, something happened last week.
Okay.
You know what happened last week? The price of WTI, which is American crude oil, went up to more. It went up to 111, more than Brent, which is European and Asian crude oil. And that never happened in 50 years. And what does that mean? That the Europeans, some of the Europeans were making deals based on WTI and forcing the price up. And the other thing that was going on, and what I said on the radio, I don't even know what radio station I was on, is that the traders, the traders were playing ping pong with each other.
The market you're talking about.
I'll just explain to everybody what that means. That means that if one of the major oil companies calls up a trader and says, we want to buy 100 million barrels. Well, ping, the price goes from 97 to 99. He says, don't worry, I'll buy it back from you at 101 next week.
Mm-hmm.
That's the ping pong.
Yeah.
WTI, there is zero shortages in America. Zero shortages in America. WTI does not belong at $111. Somebody is playing ping pong with America, and I've said that to the powers that be in Washington, and let them do their own homework. The price of oil in America should be maybe a little bit higher during the war, but not that much higher.
Not that high.
It's all a lot of crap.
This is Greg Kelly. Donate now to Toys for Tots, which works year-round. Go to toysfortots.org. Toys for Tots supports children in need throughout the year with programs like the Toys for Tots Literacy Program. Established in 2008, it has provided over 63 million books to disadvantaged children. The Toys for Tots Literacy Program is committed to providing disadvantaged children with direct access to books and educational resources that enhance their ability to read and communicate effectively. Go to toysfortots.org.